The United States title's also been doing pretty well lately, with the open challenges from John Cena and him calling out random superstars on Raw. Last week it was Dean Ambrose. This week it was Stardust. Two great matches. Really enjoyed the Stardust Cena match last night on Raw. Of course, Cena coming out victorious, still the United States champion. So, Randy, I'll ask you first. What are your thoughts on the John Cena Open Challenge, and where do you see it kind of leading to? Do you see any surprises down the road?
Well, one, I do like the idea of him doing an open challenge every Monday night on Raw for competitors. Now, does that mean John Cena is going to win every single Monday night? Then I think that's what it's going to be. But at least you'll have high potential matches with guys like Ambrose and Stardust, and I'm pretty sure there are people lined up to fight Cena for the U.S. title. It's good. It's something new. It keeps John Cena involved. It keeps the fans kind of wondering, like, can John Cena win every Monday night and keep the belt going forward? It just sparks new interest. Now, to me, like I said, I always think outside the box. I got an idea, and if I'm wrong, then I'm 100% wrong. But if I'm right, then it is what it is. But to me, in the promos, John Cena keeps saying, prestige and this, and the U.S. title goes back to this day. Even on the commentary of our former WCW wrestlers winning the belt and, making it legit. Now, I don't know. We're in April now. I don't see John Cena losing the belt anytime soon. So now we're looking at, let's say, SummerSlam, August time. So now, you said any surprises. Now, I won't be surprised if we're like in July or something, maybe June, July, maybe early August, and John Cena is issuing another challenge for the U.S. belt, because he'll beat everybody by the time we get to SummerSlam. And then I wouldn't be shocked, and I said it on my podcast about 2 weeks ago, and also on Twitter last night. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he calls out the next competitor and I hear Sting's music, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, one, Sting was a former U.S. champion on multiple occasions. The U.S. title originated back in WCW, and they keep saying prestige and the Hall of Fame people who have held the belt. Now, can Sting John Cena put people at Barclays Center for SummerSlam? I very do think so. Now, who will go over? I have no idea. But by the time Cena gets to that point, who else is out there to fight John Cena? That can be a big potential money match that can go along with a separate main event to go with likely Brock and Rollins at SummerSlam. But Sting and John Cena, it's still a big match. Can Sting win the U.S. title? It's a possibility. So that's the idea that I have going forward. I don't know if you thought about it or whatever, but like I said, if I'm wrong by summertime, then I'm wrong, and if I'm right, then I'm just gonna kick back and just say, hey, I told you on Graham's podcast in April that Sting is gonna that Crow music is gonna come out and challenge John Cena, and I think people will be like, oh wow, like now can John Cena beat Sting, or can Sting get some revenge from losing to Hunter at WrestleMania and be the U.S. champion? So that's an idea, and I definitely want to know your thoughts on that.
That didn't even cross my mind, but I like the idea. Not more so in like an open challenge like on Raw, because I mean that's a marquee matchup, like you said. Like at
no, it's definitely not on Raw.
Yeah. Like at SummerSlam, like you said, I feel like it would be great. Love the theory in that, like you said, it's not just random, because Sting does have history with that championship. It's a WCW title, so it would make sense. And we've talked about here on the show before, and I think I talked about it with you too. In that Sting, there's not many quote unquote dream matches for him in WWE. I know there's a lot of great talent, but I'm not going to see at WrestleMania next year Sting versus Ziggler or Sting versus Ambrose. He's going to work with main event guys. The only up-and-coming guy that I can see him working with is Bray Wyatt, like we talked about before. In terms of main superstars, there's Triple H, Undertaker, and John Cena. No one else makes sense. So I feel like John Cena is a money matchup. I mean, it doesn't like scream, it's not something too random, because like you said, the tie-in with the United States Championship, and if they really want to pop a big number for SummerSlam, I know they don't go by buy rates anymore because they're not on pay-per-view, but network subscriptions, Sting at SummerSlam, can he avenge his loss from WrestleMania? Can John Cena continue his streak as U.S. champion? Beat the WCW icon? That's a big draw. That's something that you can headline I mean, Sting wouldn't wrestle on a B pay-per-view, but that's something that you could headline a battleground with. But it has to happen at SummerSlam, like you mentioned. Love the idea, and I would love to see that happen. I mean, I feel like the U.S. Challenge Open, like I was talking about with RJ before, it's a great idea. You can at some point bring in a Sami Zayn or a Finn Balor or a returning guy like I don't know if they wanted Rhino to come up for a day after being in NXT for a while, given their history over the U.S. title, coincidentally enough, over 10 years ago. But Sting, I mean, I think that's a very realistic possibility. I would like to see that. I mean, is it likely? Probably not, but I love the idea, though. It comes SummerSlam, and like you said, if it does happen, you can say that you called it first. I haven't seen anyone else pitch that, so I think it's really interesting. So, RJ, get your thoughts on Sting versus John Cena and the U.S. Open Challenge as a whole.
I think I could see Sting and John Cena. I think, like you said, they have like the history. You could do like he was like United States champion back in WCW. He's gonna fight Cena. I think Cena would have to win though. Like Sting being the U.S. champion would make 0 sense. Like who would he face against?
Probably. Do you think he could vacate it right afterwards,
Maybe
like Bret Hart
vacate.
did?
Yeah,
Bret Hart. I think he won it from Miz, and then he lost it like the next week because he vacated it or whatever.
Yeah, I could probably do that.